If you're looking for an easy way to build an amazing 3D website without writing a single line of code, make it production ready and learn how to sell it, then this is the video for you. Hi, I'm Srinath Warrior. I'm an AI engineering manager from Bangalore. This video is basically a checklist on how to build a simple prototype website and take it to a production ready website which you can actually sell for easily more than $1 lakh. The reason I'm so sure of this is because 6 months ago, I built this website for my brother Dr. Sid Warrior for his neuroscience bootcamp. So I built it completely on my own with Framer in about 3 days. But before I built it, I did get a quote from multiple vendors whose quotes were in the range of 50,000 to 3 lakh Indian rupees. So website building is definitely still a market in India. And with tools like Framer, you can build amazing looking websites while also taking care of the performance and security bit of it. So make sure you stick around till the end to know the entire process. Let's get started. First of all, the tool that I used and something I highly recommend is Framer. Before finalizing Framer, I did evaluate multiple other tools like Wix, WordPress, Squarespace. And while each of them have their benefits, I absolutely loved Framer. I've actually been comfortably using it for the last 1 year. And this is not a sponsored video by Framer, by the way. Now, I think of Framer as having 5 layers. Let's start with the first layer, the designing tool. Framer allows you to build reusable components and then add them to your responsive layout. Why is reusable a good thing? Because it allows you to design each section of your website separately and keep reusing them on different pages. So if you have a testimonial section, I can easily add that to multiple pages. I can even keep the layout but still change the text and images when I use it on a different page. Imagine the hours of effort you can save because of this. And why is responsive a good thing? Because your website will be seen on different devices with different screen sizes. And if you have to keep changing how it looks on all devices, it's a big pain. If you're completely new to website development, you can actually get started easily with the HTML to Framer Chrome extension. Just open an existing website, use this extension and copy the website to Framer. It doesn't work for too many animation heavy websites, but for copying the basic styling, it's a great start. Also, if you're already comfortable with UX tools like Figma for designing websites, you even have a Figma to Framer option. The only problem with these plugins is that you don't get reusable components or well-structured elements in Framer. So once you get comfortable with using Framer for a month, you will mostly not do any of these and you'll prefer creating your website from scratch. Second is the animation tool. For many years, Framer's animation library was famous for being very good at all sorts of complex animation. And Framer.com now allows you easily to add all of this using drag and drop. So just with layer 1 and 2, Framer already acts as an advanced version of Figma for wireframing and prototyping. And you can use layer 1 and 2 for free. You can even deploy it on a URL like www.xyz.framer.app. And you can share this URL for prototyping just like how you do it with Figma. The third layer is the website building tool. And while this is comparatively newer for Framer, this is honestly mind-blowing for me. Once you buy a custom domain from a website like GoDaddy or Namecheap, it barely takes any time to connect it on Framer. The only steep learning curve is the part of the grids and the stacks. This is basically to organize the elements on the screen better. But I've put together like a cheat sheet on how to use this correctly. So put stack in the comments if you want this cheat sheet. I'll make a video if there's enough people who actually want it. One very important feature is the CMS section, which is basically a database table that you can connect to your website. You just need to keep editing your table and it'll automatically start showing up on your sites. So imagine having a table of blog content and not having to manage it in the website itself. Another great feature is the staging option. So you can deploy your website to a temporary website URL, test if everything works fine, then deploy to the main website. It's exactly what DevOps principles would expect. Layer 4 is the Framer AI tool. This basically consolidates all the below layers where you can describe your website in one sentence and the AI will automatically generate a complete website for you. Okay, so practically this is a great start, but you can't really stop here. You would still need to tweak further and build more components and animations on top of it, especially if you want to get the responsiveness correct across devices. Layer 5, which is very new, is Framer plugins. This is basically a marketplace of components that you can either buy or use for free. You can also build your own components with React if you're good at coding, making this an excellent low-code tool. Here are some top plugins for UX and animations which you can use in Framer. The easiest way to add 3D objects to Framer is using Spline. There is a bit of a learning curve for building the 3D object itself on Spline, but exporting from Spline and adding to Framer is very easy. You just need an export URL from Spline, you embed this URL within Framer and it's all sorted. Framer works really well with 3D animations. You can check out this video in the description below for more details on this. You can also refer to sample Framer 3D templates. Now, how do we turn this into an actual production-ready website that attracts high-paying clients? The simple answer is you take care of the software product standards. This is basically a checklist of things to do when you deliver any high-quality software. Performance. Ensure that the site is both fast and doesn't consume more memory than it needs to. The good thing with Framer is that it does take care of a lot of performance related stuff on its own. But you should still check out their documentation on best practices to follow for great performance. Security. Ensure that your website is safe from hackers and your data is compliant. Again, Framer takes care of a lot of security tasks as well. For example, if too many people suddenly access the website, Framer would not know if it's a hacker doing that. So it'll throw an error code called 429. So you still need to learn and understand these concepts because you might need to raise an internal support incident to Framer in such cases. You also need to take care of branding and SEO. For branding, add your client's logo, integrate high quality images, and ensure that your content resonates with your client's audience. Try using custom animations that work for your user. And make sure to optimize for local SEO. Framer makes this easy using SEO descriptions that's possible for each page or image on the website. If your client needs it, you should also handle localization. For example, translation to local languages like Hindi, Kannada, Tamil, depending on your client's audience. Framer does provide a localization framework along with a built-in AI translation feature. So make sure to check it out. Support. How do you plan to support the client after you sell the website? How long will you support them? How will your client reach out to you? What if the client expects something which Framer doesn't support? How will you handle it then? For all these questions, try to discuss and document these things with your client so that they give you great feedback helping you grow further. Now, how do you sell this in an Indian market? First of all, you need to get clients. Here's a few tips. Create a portfolio of a few 3D websites, maybe 2 or 3. Target businesses in segments that are booming in India, such as e-commerce, educational institutions, and tech startups. Either recreate great websites like Cred Garage with your own flavor, or build better looking versions of highly used websites but with bad UX, like IRCTC. Everyone wants an IRCTC with a better UX. You should try to revamp the website with a focus on increasing user engagement and conversions, which is better for every business. Maybe try to record a short video reviewing current websites and how your website brings in an improvement. Of course, make sure to mention that these are temporary websites for learning and add a link to the original website as well. A quick tip, add analytics like Google Analytics and URL trackers to check how many clients are actually opening your website or clicking on the links. This kind of shows that you're professional and you're serious about this. Evangelize. This is kind of obvious, but make sure to post your website and your video about it on LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, and tag the companies that you took inspiration from. Remember that a story sells much more than the product itself. Don't forget about the value and feasibility for the prototypes. It's not just about a good looking website, you also need it to be functional. Will it handle high performance load? Will it work on mobile devices with low internet? What about local languages? So make sure these prototype websites also showcase these features that you're promising your clients. So that's your roadmap to building and selling a high-end website without coding using Framer. Don't forget to subscribe so that I know that you're loving this content. And make sure to check these videos to help in your AI journey. Thanks for watching.